This is the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. You've probably heard of it. We've seen a lot of smartphones in the year 2017 and the Galaxy Note 8 happens to be on the top as of this moment. Every phone has its pros and cons and so does the Galaxy Note 8. By the time you watch this video, there are already tons and tons of reviews out on the Galaxy Note 8. So this video in particular is going to focus on the experience I had using this phone for over a week. Not only as a tech reviewer but also as a normal average consumer. So all the technicalities are out of the list and the end user experience is the main factor. So let's get right into it. Now, the most obvious reason why anyone would buy the Note 8 is because of its huge screen and S Pen. First, let's talk a bit on the display. The Galaxy Note 8 has that infinity screen which Samsung introduced with their S8, but with a screen size of 6.3 inches which is Super AMOLED and Quad HD+. It also has 1200 nits. That's for the technical part. In person, the Galaxy Note 8 screen has to be one of the best you can get today. Its colors, sharpness, dynamic range, viewing angles are simply gorgeous. One can have an immersive experience using this phone, either it may be for consuming media or playing games. It's an absolute delight. Speakers on the other hand are also good enough, but addition of the dual speakers could have made a lot more difference. And thanks to those 1200 nits, the screen is insanely bright, auto visibility is not an issue. Not to forget that 18.5:9 aspect ratio which makes the phone taller. And due to that, multitasking on the Note 8 has been improved a lot. Sometimes I find myself using this feature a lot. Now about the S Pen. It's also IP68 certified and a helpful piece of hardware to have, but not everyone may use it. I personally use the S Pen for taking down off-screen notes or using it as a mouse because it gives more precision. The features of the S Pen are very similar to that of the Note 7 but with few addition and refinements. The features like Smart Select, Translate are still there, but now a new feature called Live Message has been added where you can write animated text and send it as GIFs to the people. You can also add some app shortcuts in the Air Command menu. The Note 8 is made up of glass having Gorilla Glass 5 protection on the back, but considering it's a glass phone both back and front, it has a high tendency of getting cracked in case if it falls. So a case is recommended. I'm personally using the one bundle within the box. It's definitely a gorgeous looking phone, but as I said, due to its glass back, it's a lot more slippery and a fingerprint magnet, especially the black one. IP68 certification continues to be on the list. Both the phone and the S Pen are IP68 certified and will continue to work underwater. Camera is the one where some major changes have been made. Samsung now added a dual camera setup to the Note 8, out of which one has a normal lens while the other one has a telephoto lens, just like the one found on iPhone 7 Plus or the OnePlus 5. Now, I don't travel a lot, so I don't have those cool fancy photos to share, but the ones I shot in outdoors and indoors. That should give you an idea. Samsung always makes great quality camera and the legacy goes on. And they also added a new feature called Live Focus, which is very similar to the portrait mode found on iPhone 7 Plus, but the functionality on the Note 8's Live Focus is more promising. You can adjust the amount of blur you want in your photos right before taking the pictures or right after taking the pictures as well, which can be very convenient. The Note 8, being the latest flagship, comes with the Snapdragon 835 or the Exynos 8895 chipset with a 6GB of RAM. And thanks to these powerful specs, the performance on the Note 8 has been spectacular. In my day-to-day usage, it ran super smooth with no lags and stutters. All the apps and games ran perfectly fine. And addition of that 2 more gigs definitely makes a difference. It has improved the RAM management on the phone a lot when compared to the Galaxy S8 Plus. The Note series is also known for its great battery life, but the Note 8 has been downgraded to a 3300 mAh battery. Now the reason for that is very clear. Last year we've seen Note 7s exploding. Maybe that was the reason why Samsung decided to downgrade the battery. I personally feel the battery life on the Note 8 should have been more better. It's not that bad. For my moderate to heavy usage, it did last me an entire working day with anywhere between 4 hours to a max of 5 hours 10 minutes, which is not bad. But like I said, I was expecting it to be more better. It's definitely an expensive phone, but I feel every bit of it is worthy enough. Now before concluding, let me share some of my pros and cons I have for the Galaxy Note 8. Starting off with the pros. It has a great screen, attractive design. Having an S Pen can sometimes be useful for people who use it. It has a great camera, and finally, a great performance. Now, about the cons. It has a huge screen size, which may or may not be an issue for most of the people, but if you are a person having medium or small hands, then you may find it difficult to use this phone in single hand. Next is, it's very slippery, it's fragile, and it may get cracked if it falls. Next is the battery life. Like I've said, battery life could have been more better. And how can you forget that fingerprint scanner's placement? I still don't like it and I still don't use it. I prefer using the iris scanner or the old gold pattern unlock. Now note that these were the things that I personally felt about the Note 8. Yours may or may not differ. Do let me know your thoughts down in the comments. So these were the experiences that I had with the Galaxy Note 8. Do let me know what you think about the Galaxy Note 8, and also if you are using one, feel free to share your experiences as well. With that being said, I'm signing out. I'll catch you all in the next one.